New week, old beard. Fix the beard, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of Whitebeard Illustration, and I must say that the first episode went off with a bang. It got at least one view, and that was the main point in trying to get this whole thing started. In actuality, we got more than one view. So I was being a little pretentious before. And on top of that, we got 12 subscribers the last time I checked, which is fantastic because I now know that people are willing to tune in every week to watch whatever it is that I want to show them. Of course, before I go any further, I'd like to thank Danielle from OCR, which is Our Creative Rise, which is a self-promoting art website founded by Danielle. She found my original video on Twitter and asked me if she could post it on her website. Sure. And immediately following that post, I got a few more views, so I just wanted to take the time to say thank you. I appreciate it. For those of you that are interested, OCR actually promotes unknown artists. So I highly recommend that you visit their website, take a look. They offer everything from videos to music to general graphics. It's a very inspiring platform, and I suggest to go take a look at what it is they're showcasing. That being said, FHP, or For Human Peoples, which is the sister company to the SourceFed Nerd, DeFranco Incorporated genre, well, it's not really a genre, brainchild, if you will, has just launched 3 of my earliest designs from a series I called Define Irony. So if you're interested in purchasing merchandise and helping out FHP, I highly suggest you go to their website and check it out. They've got a ton of stuff on their website that is actually quite comical, and thus concludes the self-promoting aspect of the show. And now for the main event. This last week's theme was everyday moments of awesomeness, and what I wanted everyone to do is think about what came to mind when you heard that sentence and respond to it via Twitter. Now for those of you that responded using the hashtag WHBEveryday, I have those, I collected them. So without further ado, with no particular order in mind, these are the respondees and the sketches that I will be showcasing. Okay, so number 5 comes from Naki1305 at the same Twitter handle. That was a bit weird. When my favorite song plays on my iPod, I check where there's no one around and start singing to myself in public. What I love about this is that she looks so petite from her photo, I just imagine her singing death metal in the middle of a town square. Number 4, Christine at A Writer's Way says, awesome everyday morning, blank sheet of paper and favorite pencil, large cup of coffee, and giant breakfast sandwich. So she is floating into her writing experience on a teacup made of dreams. Number 3, Angela at Jurassic Meow says, sleeping a full 8 hours without my cat waking me up for food. It's my belief that if you own a cat, chances are that they already control your life, because that's kind of what cats do. They're cute and cuddly, and they control their owners. Number 2 is from Julia at Color Muchi. Moments of awesome watching anything from DeFranco Incorporated. I have to agree, anything that comes out of the DeFranco lab is generally funny. They make great content. The hosts are all relatable. And so I have her watching DeFranco projects from her iPad on a giraffe. And finally, number 1, Danielle at Hot Mess Styles, or Stills. I may be butchering that, and I apologize. This is the same individual that I told you about before, who founded OCR, Our Creative Rise. She simply tweeted me and saying, take a step back and draw a picture of me. What? I'm assuming that was a sarcastic what, and that's what intrigued me, and that's why she's number 1 on this list. So here she is, drawn as a little miniature Darth Vader, and she has an R2-D2 recycling tin can. Tin can? Receptacle? I guess you call it a receptacle. And that concludes my list for this week. I want to thank everyone that submitted a response. I had a blast sketching them. As you can see, I enjoy doing this kind of thing, and I would like to do more of it. But at the same time, I'd like to say thank you for the people that did participate. I think I started in the other sentence, so this might be a little bit of an overlap, but hey, this is not live TV, but editing it as such. Fantastic. Now we get to introduce this week's theme, which I don't actually know. Hold on, I have to get that. I wrote it down in my sketchbook. So then this week's theme is favorite conversations. So for favorite conversations, use the hashtag WHBconversation. And by the end of next week, I will select 5 responses to illustrate. And the last item on my list, which I quite literally have a list underneath the camera, which you can't see, but it's the only thing that's keeping me going at this point. Just the beard, because it keeps falling in my mouth and I can't breathe. Normally this is where I showcase your art, that is submitted fan art. Unfortunately, nobody sent anything in, so I don't really have anything to show, but I'm hoping to change that in the upcoming weeks. As I get a little bit more comfortable talking with you or talking to the camera, hopefully you'll get a little bit more comfortable with sending me material. I created this venue to showcase both my work and your work, so I hope that nobody's holding back because they feel a little bit pretentious about how their work may be perceived against, say, my own. We're all friends here, or at least I'd like to think that we're all friends here, so there's really no reason why you should feel that you have to live up to a certain standard. I certainly don't. I'm wearing a fake white beard. So when all is said and done, that concludes the second episode of Whitebeard Illustration. I want to thank you for coming by, and I'd also like to remind you that this week's theme is favorite conversations. You can submit responses to me using the hashtag WHBconversation. I will check those at the end of the week, and then I will create 5 new illustrations for the next video. As well, you can use the hashtag WHBsketches, and you can submit art to me, to which I will showcase at the end of this show. I want to thank you for taking the time to join me again this week. I appreciate it. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your likes. I appreciate your subscriptions, because it's the thing that keeps me going. And it just feels nice sometimes. It just feels, by golly, it just feels awesome. If you want to see more samples of my work, you can visit my Instagram account at 7Septembers. That's the number 7 spelled out, Septembers, one word, so at 7Septembers. Coincidentally enough, you can also find me at that same handle on Twitter. So if you want to tweet me directly, that's the way you do it. I'm also going to leave some links in the description below to a few other YouTubers that I've come into contact as of lately, who are actually doing a great job at creating their own content. The first of which is Julia at Color Muchi, and I'm really hoping that I'm saying that right. And the second is Angela at Jurassic Meow. Now both of these individuals have just started uploading their own videos, which I find to be very interesting, so I highly recommend that you check out both YouTube channels. I don't even know how to go out. Do I just leave this for the blooper reel? Oh, my back. These are my cardboard murals. It adds flavor to the wall. Fix the beard, and here we go.